Welcome to today's Daily Hustle. Every day I give you news, tips, resources, and information for your daily hustle in your home-based online business. And today I want to highlight a very simple message from a friend of mine, Rob Roberson. And Rob is a former CNN newscaster, has done so many things in his life, and I like to feature messages that some of my Facebook friends say. So in this edition, I want to read this short but very powerful message from Rob. And he says, make it a practice to judge persons and things in the most favorable light at all times and under all circumstances. If, therefore, there be any kindness I can show, or any good thing I can do to any fellow being, let me do it now, and not defer or neglect it, as I shall not pass this way again. This is so important. And I find that a lot of problems start because we don't do this. We don't make it a practice to judge people and things in the most favorable light at all times. If we have kind of a suspicious nature, or if we have kind of a negative nature, we tend to judge people in that way. Oftentimes, especially if you run a Facebook group, like I run several Facebook groups, or any kind of an online community, you know, it's real difficult to hear somebody's intent of what they're saying when they're writing it out, when it's in text. So what you want to do is always take people's words in the best light possible. Always treat people with the best intent possible. You never know what somebody's been through that day. You never know if they maybe lost a relative, or something bad happened to them that day. You might be the only shining light in their day. Or you could actually just make their day blow up even worse. So it's really important to do this. I find often that I'll read somebody's post, for example, on one of my Facebook groups, and it'll sound like it's attacking me, or it'll sound really negative, or it'll sound really harsh. And if I answer that person in the best light possible, in other words, I'm assuming with my answer that they only mean good things, and that they only mean to get some answers, or they only mean to get some clarification on something. If I come from that point of view, then I find that my answer is positively focused, it's driven towards helping them, and it's almost overly nice to them. And about 8 times out of 10, what I find is that person comes back with a much less harsh tone, much more like they feel helped, like they feel like you're doing something for them and you're benefiting them, and they end up coming across very positive. So be aware of that oftentimes, especially in print and especially online, things often seem much more harsh than they really are. And people's communication skills aren't always that great. But if you give some leeway to people, and not just online, but in person as well, you're going to find that most people have good intent, and most people have good hearts and want to do well by others. And occasionally you'll find somebody who's a jerk, and then you just move on as quickly as possible from that situation. Do not escalate those situations, because that's just taking up your time, and more importantly, taking up your negative space, and creating more negative space and more negative attitude within you, which, by the way, will take up so much more time to come away from and to go back into a positive flow that it's just not worth the effort. So don't escalate things online. Don't work hard to not turn things negative. Work hard to actually avoid those things online, those things that are negative, and focus on the positive. Give that person the benefit of the doubt. Do your best by giving them as positive an answer as you can give them. And if it turns bad at that point, then just exit immediately. Okay? Don't get involved. Don't escalate. I hope this was helpful for you. I saw this message and I thought, man, Ron is an amazing person. He is full of a lot of wisdom. I hope to be doing some courses with him, because he is a video expert. He's been in the videography, filming, again, as I said, working with CNN in so many different ways, has so much experience. So I wanted to highlight this message and kind of give you a good sense of where to go with things that happen online. Don't take them too seriously. If they sound harsh, it's just somebody expressing a concern, and it may not be as harsh as it actually sounds online. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I read and respond to all your comments, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on The Daily Hustle.